Okay, slide it over. You know the deal. I hold the belt, and then I decide who wins the quiz.
Not tonight. I've made a decision that after the quiz, I will either retain it, which is most likely, or hand it to Cheryl or Frankie.
So that seems fair. So you, as the quiz champion, will decide who wins the quiz.
And it will most likely stay right there.
This is why we didn't want to give it to you. The power has gone to your head. Let's get to the questions. Which of these forwards projects to be the Leafs' biggest wild card contributor in the playoffs? 29-year-old Tyler Bertuzzi, 29-year-old Max Domi, 21-year-old Matthew Knies. Frankie.
Max Domi, he has a track record of being a very good playoff performer. You go back 2 years ago when he was with the Carolina Hurricanes, he had a 2-goal game that ended up clinching the series for them against the Boston Bruins. Last year, he had 13 points in 19 games playing for the Dallas Stars. He can play in the playoffs. He should be able to perform well with the Leafs.
Tyler Bertuzzi, he's predictable, he's consistent, he's got some skill around the net. And I know Toronto Maple Leaf fans might be saying, where's all the point production this year? He has come on, but you watched him play in the playoffs with the Boston Bruins last year. Every guy that goes to the net and has good skill around the net, there's production there. Tyler Bertuzzi.
Max Domi, for me, I believe Bertuzzi is going to really elevate his game as well as Matthew Knies. So for me, it's Max Domi because I certainly believe that he has to be a key contributor in that 2-hole, in that 3-hole, wherever he finds himself, whether he's in the top 6, he has to contribute for this team to really be a contender.
Between getting suspended 2 games for getting into it with the officials and now healthy scratching his newly named captain, how would you label head coach John Tortorella's recent leadership? Bold, firm but fair, or self-defeating, Cheryl?
Bold for me. And listen, this is tough. Whether you like it or you don't like it, the man makes decisions and he is bold with them. So he's a difference maker. You may not like it. Sometimes it works out in his favor. Sometimes it doesn't. But there's no question this man holds his athletes accountable.
I think it's bold as well because if it works, he looks like a genius. If it doesn't work, then he's going to look like a little bit of a donkey, to be honest with you. And I can say that about Torts because I played for him. So we have that kind of relationship. I would never call him a donkey unless we had that kind of relationship, right. James.
I didn't play for him. I will. I'm going to go off the board and call it awful. I just think it's at the point in the season where you've got a veteran player, the captain of your team, where there's got to be a different method to motivate somebody instead of just scratching them and taking them out of the lineup. Couturier's been around a long time. He's won Selkies. He's a veteran player. Do something else. Try to spark something else instead of the scratch.
It's something between the antics and the Cassies. He looks like a movie villain now. Winnipeg's explosive new Ehlers, Monahan, Toffoli trio needs a nickname. The Quizmaster loves these. Your options are the Golden Boys, named for the iconic Golden Boy atop the Manitoba legislature. I was not aware. The TSN line, named for Tyler, Sean, and Nick. The old initial thing. It's kind of lame. Or the trade dead line. No explanation needed. You know where they got 2 of the guys. Doug.
Trade deadline line. And I have to be honest, of all the quirky things the Quizmaster has come up with, this is the only one I really like.
Well, you don't say trade deadline line. You say trade dead line.
I don't know how he wants me to say it, but this is the only one he's ever come up with in the history of the quiz that I like, Jimmy. That's why I'm giving him that line.
I can't believe you don't like the TSN line. That's the correct answer here. The TSN line, you know why? These guys love playing on TSN regionals. TSN 3 carries the Winnipeg Jets games. Ehlers had his whole career there. Monahan's been playing great, and Toffoli and Monahan both had a lot of success playing on the Deuce, TSN 2.
Did you have a conference call with John Lou or something?
Trade deadline for me, and I think that's trade dead line.
Yeah.
And, you know, Monahan and Toffoli, the reason they went out and got Toffoli was to score goals. And for me, when I look at this guy and what he's doing, his 5 points in 4 games there, you know that Cheveldayoff made a critical move at the right time. It was brilliant, and I elevated them to my top 5 contenders because of those 2 guys.
Video Daily Double, the best goal celly from the past couple of days around the hockey world. Kingston forward Paul Ludwinski. I love this. The selfie on Sunday. Calgary U13 player Henry Harrington's worm on Monday. Cheryl.
You got to go with the worm here because he looks like he just comes to a dead stop. He hit a snow patch there, but I just love it. You're U13, you're having some fun, and he lets it all loose.
The selfie celly. Never in my wildest dreams could I think of orchestrating something like this, even after practice, let alone to finish off a game. So a lot of credit to Paul Ludwinski.
I'm going worm celly. I used to do the worm. I was a breakdancer.
You did the worm? Come on.
I'll do it for you guys, but
just
if you do it on the desk right now, it will be the most viral moment in quiz history, and you'll earn the belt.
I'll do it privately for you guys, but it's the worm celly. I love it.
You wouldn't even, you could slide.
All right. Make your award there, champion. I have a feeling it's going to the champion.
You guys were both great, but I think it's fair. Jimmy, I know you wanted your jersey up in the rafters beside Alfie, but on May 28th, the Ottawa Sport Hall of Fame. You're being inducted, and we're all very proud of you, buddy. I know you love Ottawa, and you're the best,
I never
buddy.
thought you'd relinquish
Got to put it on, though.
I'm not worthy. I was going to give it to the New Brunswick Reds, who capped off a 47-0 season, winning the
They
Canadian
deserve it
Youth
as well.
Sports
You guys can
Championship.
share
So
it, but
I will share it with
so.
those guys.
About time,
but
James.
Thank you. Oh, Rennie, you've never clapped for me ever. Thank you.
Oh, loves you.
I'm not worthy of it, but thank you on the quiz.